Okay, thank you. Clear day. It's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock and all is well. On a clear day, you can see forever. We've all been there, haven't we? Yeah, I was at the coast one time like that when it was just foggy for 3 days, and all of a sudden the next morning, you couldn't even take a breath. It was so beautiful. Clear day. Well, good morning, everybody, right?
Good morning, everyone.
Cheryl.
Hi, yes. How's everyone?
Oh, my goodness. You know, we're wondering if it's anybody's here for the very first time.
Just
we like to say hello. Hello back there. We hope that.
Hi. Woohoo.
Yeah, okay, you're going to get a nice packet to look through, okay?
You already did.
We hope you like what you hear. We hope you like what you see. We hope you come back. So, welcome. Glad to see you. Let's see, what else we got going here? You know, we got some things. There's a little goldenrod card in the front of the pew in front of you, right there, if you take a look at those. Well, there's one in that packet, too, that you'll get. Yeah. The thing is, we'll add your name to our list here so we can get the updates of what's going on around here. Wouldn't you like to know what's going on around here? You know, one of the things that Cheryl's going to talk about is our board meeting. And, you know, that's something I think we want them to know. I'm going to pass it on to you to kind of explain a few things.
Okay, and also in the front of the seat back is a little lilac-colored card. And that is, if you have a prayer request, just fill that out. You can drop it in the box. You can make it anonymous because God already knows who you are, so you can do whatever you like. But just if you need a prayer, then one of the practitioners or one of the ministers will be glad to do a prayer for you. So just fill that out and put it in the box. And also, we have our board meeting today, and it starts at 12:45.
12:45.
Yes, and anybody is welcome to join us. If you just want to see how the board operates, if you want to just come in and just stay a few minutes and stay, or if you want to stay the whole time, I'd like to go with you when you leave early because I like to leave early too. But please stay, and if you'd like to, and come and see how we operate. We're trying to be totally transparent. Everything right out there in the front.
We want you to know. We want you to know what's going on.
Yeah, and then after service today, please join us downstairs because we have snacks. Not a big thing like our potluck or a big thing like our soup for the soul, but still it'll be a nice little spread there for, you know, just a little snack after service.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know, our soup for the soul is the best. That's just about it. That's what we're having. You know, we have the outdoor service, don't we? It's coming up in August. Is it on here? Up 23rd of August. That's the fourth week in August. We have 5 weeks in August this time. Did you know that? 5 weeks? Okay. But on August 23rd, we're going to have a gathering out there among the lovely trees and nature. And I got a good report that it's going to be a perfect day, so you want to show up. Now, here's the idea. We're going to put out a few chairs, but we'd like you to bring your own chair. Can you do that? Just a chair to sit in outdoors, whatever it is. Don't bring a lounge, just a chair. Okay, that's all.
You can bring a lounge if you want.
Oh, all right, okay.
You can sleep through it. That'd be fine.
We call it the Reverend George Powell Meditation Garden. Yeah, it's a nice place. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. And on September 15th, I'm going to be teaching Foundations of the Science of Mind.
That'll be great.
Yeah, it's an 8-week course, and it's if you want to. It's part of an essential or it's a required core class for becoming a practitioner. So if you're interested in that, this is one of the classes you're going to have if you're going to do that. But please join us if you could, and it's from 6 to 8:30 at night on Thursday. It's always on Tuesday nights, and it runs from September 15th through November the 3rd for the 8 weeks, and the cost is $180. If you pay it all at once, then it would only be $160. But if you pay it week by week, then it'll be $180.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great course too, and Cheryl is a magnificent teacher. You know, she really gets into it. It's a lot of fun just being around her. Just listen to her sit here and talk now. It's a lot of fun to hear her talk. Continue on, Cheryl.
Also, if you would like to share your time and your talents with the service, with the center, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, if you'd like to do that, please speak to one of us because we have all kinds of volunteer opportunities.
Yeah.
And maybe we won't have to call Roy every time we have a little bing going on here. So, because a lot of people here, I say a lot, very few people here do a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have so many different hats, it's
Yeah.
almost crazy.
Yeah.
But still, it's what we do because it's our love, it's our passion. And that's why we do it. So if you have that passion, please come and join us because we can always use help.
You bet. You
So
bet.
thank you.
Thank you.
That's our announcements.
Amen. Why don't we get started with some real sweet music here? What do you say?
Good. Well, you will see in your program, you have the words to this one, I believe. And this is kind of a jam and song. This is one of those ones that if your head isn't moving, okay, you're probably not playing. And if you're standing and you're saying, oh, I don't sing, then say the words. We have as much power, but singing is one of those things that I admit to being addicted to. So please share with me in this song. It says, I release and I let go, I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Stand up if you can, if you wish. Go ahead. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Sing it again. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. What? With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Only here for God. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Have a seat. Well, now we're going to sing a song that allows you to get ready. Oops, sorry, for the next section. And so sit where you are. Relax. The words are there in your program. They're very simple. It says, God is, I am, right here, right now. Very, very simple, and yet sometimes hard to say. So let's see if you can find that inside you. We're going to sing it a few times because I want you to really think about what you're saying. Words matter. Yeah, like I said, sing with me or speak with me, but please do. God is right here, right now. God is, I am. God is, I am. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. God is, I am. God is, I am. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. God is, I am. God is, I am. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. God is, I am. One more time, quietly. I am. Right here, right now. How good does this feel? Right here, right now. God is, I
Let's all just take a nice deep breath and get ourselves situated. Get it into that comfortable spot, that place where you feel that spirit within you. And knowing that this is all just energy, that we are created from this magnificent energy, that everything is God, or what we perceive to be God. And so knowing this, I know today is a glorious, beautiful day here on this planet Earth, and good things are unfolding everywhere. And as we go forward, I just know that your hearts will be touched in some way today. Whether it's an aha moment, it's a beauty of a song, whatever it is, I know your heart is open and receptive to new thoughts and new ideas. And so knowing this, my heart is so full of gratitude for everyone present today. You make the difference here. And just knowing this, please join me now as I release my word to the law by saying, and so it is. Now I'd like to share with you in your program, in blue, it's the group affirmation for today. Ready? Today, I release any sense of limitation and open myself to infinite possibilities. And so it is.
Good morning. Well, today's reading is titled Divine Circulation in Action, and it's much about what's just been said this morning. And the prologue by Sarah Van Brethnach is very thought-provoking, I think. She wrote, both abundance and lack exist simultaneously in our lives as parallel realities. It is always our conscious choice in which secret garden we will tend. And Ernest Holm had this to say, The universe is inexhaustible. It is limitless, indestructible, and eternal, and it responds to the faith we have in it. And the body of the piece goes like this. My friend, I'll call her Sharon, learned her teenage son was sick and she needed to fly from Southern California to Missouri. I loaned her $1,000 that I borrowed on my credit card with the agreement that she would make payments. You see where this is going, right? Shortly after she arrived in Missouri, she became gravely ill and could not work. Communication with her stopped, and so did the payments. Now I was left with almost $1,000 in credit card debt. I was already a fervent believer that there was not enough in life. Now I had proof. When I studied Spiritual Economics by Eric Butterworth, I began to shift my thinking and awareness. Butterworth writes, there is only one way by which you can achieve prosperity. It is to take charge of your mind. You may be looking for some magic formula. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Some new metaphysical cliche that will change things. But if you want to change your life, you will have to alter your thoughts. I practiced letting go of my belief in lack. I did forgiveness work for myself and for my friend. I practiced gratitude. I decided to consider the loan a gift and let it go. Several years later, as I was getting ready to move to attend a ministerial school, a friend invited me to lunch and surprised me with a $1,000 check toward my tuition. I graciously received her generous gift, divine circulation in action. Sharon came into my life and gifted me with lessons in forgiveness, abundance, and love. I am grateful for all the ways God blesses me with grace. And our bonus affirmation is very optimistic today, too. It goes like this. I gratefully receive all the good God has in store for me.
I gratefully receive all good that God has for me. What a concept. We have to recognize it and know that it is ours. It is ours alone. No one gives it to us. We have it, and acknowledging it is part of what this song talks about. Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is news. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got her own. Yes, the strong get more, while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't never make the grade. Your mama may have, Papa may have. But God bless the child that's got his own, that's got her own. Money, you've got lots of friends crowding around your door. But when it's gone and the spending ends, they don't come back no more. Rich relations give a crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't you take too much. Oh, Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got her own. If you've got money, you've got lots of friends hanging around your door. Oh, but when it's gone and your spending ends, what's it come down to? They don't come back no more. Rich relations, they give you crusts of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much. 'Cause your mama may have, and even your daddy, he too may have. But God bless the child that's got his own, that's got her own. Oh, but God bless the child that can stand up and sing. God, my
So, good morning.
Good.
Aren't y'all lively today? Let's try one more time. Good morning. Good morning. There you go. It's such a beautiful day. I know we've had the heat, no rain, but some people are happy for that. But I'm looking forward to the rain again, and I thought I would never, ever say that, but I am. I'm looking forward to that cooling off period that we get. So I said my title today is Just Say Yes to an Abundant Life. So what makes up your life? What is part of your life? What are the things that you need to say yes to? So the key is to realize that we don't directly attract what we want, but we attract from who we are. In other words, the key is to realize that we don't directly attract what we want, but we attract from who we are, from our deepest feelings and state of consciousness. Now you think about that. You know, you put your prayer out there and you're saying, okay, I've put my prayer out, this is what I desire, God. Please, this is what is in my heart. But is it really? Is it just something that you desire, but you haven't embodied the belief, the knowing that your prayer will be answered? And that's the key to it. If you cannot believe your prayer is going to be answered, what's the point? Why put one out there, right? Isn't that the way it should be? I mean, we had a prayer workshop last week, and I was going to conduct it, and nobody showed up. Do you know why I think? I think because most people don't believe that prayer works. that it's just a stopgap measure, something that you can beg or plead and, just say, oh, please, God, help me now. What's that song? I only ask for prayer when I don't, what is it? It's one of those songs by one of the guys, Darcy probably knows it. I only ask for prayer when, anyway, it's when I'm desperate, in other words. I don't ever pray unless I'm desperate. So the rest of the time, we just kind of walk through life thinking, oh, well, it'll just unfold however it does. But it's unfolding according to the way you're thinking. You are creating the life that you are experiencing. I am so sorry if that is sad news for you. Because for some people, it's really hard for them to believe that, you mean I caused all this? That can't be possible. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Yes, it's always possible because we were given the greatest gift of all to me. Not only God's love, but free will. We get to decide how we live our life. We get to decide what we think about. We get to decide all of these things. And we're so misusing that because this is a huge responsibility, like I just said. It is creating your life. If you're walking around with habitual thinking about negativity, oh, what else is going to happen now? What's next? Well, you just set yourself up. I never ever say, oh, what now? Because you know what? There will be something else up there that will really shock me or wake me up. We are always getting what we believe, but not always what we want. So if you're thinking, it would have, one of Reverend Laura, my teacher for a long time, my mentor, she said, you got to get rid of your stinking thinking. And it really is. When you are always in that habitual thought of negativity, or you're always worried about what's going to happen next, or if you're always worried about what happened in the past, you leave no room for anything else in your life. You got to clean out the closet before you can put more clothes in there. Now, that's not necessarily true. But I used to work for a resort, and most of these people had these RVs that were like, oh, man, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 RVs. This was a really expensive place. And so, but the rule that every one of them had, nothing new can come in unless something old goes out. Because you would just make yourself into this hoarder if you didn't. So if they bought a new dress, another dress had to go. So it's just like that thinking of circulation, though. They had it down because they knew that if they just held on to the old stuff, they didn't have room for anything new. Isn't that simple thinking there? You've got to get rid of the old to make room for the new. And people say, oh, yeah, that's easy to say. Yeah, it is easy to say, but it can be done. Because most of our thinking, believe it or not, is habitual. We always kind of think about the same things and worry about the same things. We just go in these circular patterns of always worrying about the same thing. And nothing ever changes either, though. So think about this. I always hear this phrase, oh, you got to have an attitude of gratitude. Yeah, that sounds good, but actually that's not true. You've got to have a heart full of gratitude, not a mind full of gratitude. Mind is just thinking it through. But when you feel absolute gratitude, it comes straight from your heart. Now think about this. Has somebody done something really kind for you, and not for any other reason, just to be kind? And you know that feeling you get? That feeling of, wow, well, that's gratitude. And that's where it has to come from. You can sit there and do the mental exercises and have all these thoughts about gratitude. Oh, this is my favorite. I have gratitude. I wake up every morning and I'm grateful. They only do it once a day. It's got to be a lifetime commitment. It's got to be a commitment to being grateful for what you have right now in your life. No matter how bad or how awful it seems, the gratitude for being alive, for breathing, for being healthy, or whatever it is, that is what makes your life change. is always knowing that life is coming at you. And now you are creating the life you desire by getting rid of all this negative stuff. Because what it does is it limits you. You're limited. I loved it. Cheryl always puts the blue affirmations in here. And she kind of, puts on the program, Cheryl Ostrander, not this Cheryl. Yeah, with other Cheryls. But anyway, today I release any sense of limitation. And I open myself to infinite possibilities. Just for today. Just one day at a time kind of thing. Just for today. Could you think of yourself as limitless and full of possibility? When I was 20, I thought I was bulletproof and could do anything. But as you get older, you start thinking, well, I can't really do that because I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that. But the truth is that you are limitless and you can do anything you set your mind to. I just read about a lady that graduated from law school at 90. 90 years old. Not going to have a long practice, I'll bet, but still, it was her lifetime dream. And instead of sitting there and thinking, I'm too old, I can't do this. No, she never thought that. That was her dream, and she did it. She graduated from law school. I don't know if I could do that. It's just amazing what you can do. Look at Grandma Moses. She didn't even start painting until she was, 70, 80 years old? Fabulous painter, but never did that before in her life and just decided to take up painting and boom, there she went, But that's what we have within us, each and every one of us. Not just the Mother Teresa's, not just the people that set out to follow their passions. We all have that ability innately within us. And now we just have to get out of our own way, get rid of all this stinking thinking, and start living your life to the full potential that you are. Because you are a spiritual being. You are a spiritual being. The body is just a vehicle for existing in this plane of existence. And if you start thinking it that way, you realize that we're all connected. Each and every one of us. Excuse me for a second. I need water. The other truth of this is that the way that a lot of people describe it is the 4 pillars of your life. So imagine you have a table. It's got 4 legs. And that is the table. What's holding that table up are those pillars. And you're the table, basically. So the pillars that are holding you up are health, finances, relationships, and your creativity. So I used to say, well, my relationships aren't so good, but other 3 are good, so I'm fine. It has to be all 4. You have to work on all 4 areas, because if you took one of those legs off, your table's going to fall over. And that's basically what's happening. Until you get yourself straight with your health, you get yourself straight with your relationships, even if it means even if it's somebody out there that you can't reach, whatever, forgive them. Don't hang on to it. Let it go. That's relationships. And then look at your finances. Most of us are, especially, all the time, we're always worried what's going to happen in the world, what's going to happen. But when you put your faith in yourself and you know how to control and take responsibility for yourself, all of those things just smooth out. But I call it creativity, but it's also whatever your work is. But your creativity is what keeps your mind alive. It's what makes you produce a flyer for the center, or makes you produce a speech to talk in front of a bunch of people. But it's your creativity that's coming forth. And it's showing up in your life. And when you have that, for some reason, creativity creates a lot of passion, because that's what you love. And it's the same, if you think about it, if you're in a relationship and you really love this person, there's a lot of passion around that. And if your health isn't what you need it to be, there's a lot of concern and stuff around that. But what can you do? It's called being responsible for your own life. And if your health is, You know, this is the worst part about being a practitioner or a minister, especially in this teaching, because we do believe that you can heal yourself. And so every time if you get sick, people are going, you must not be a very good practitioner because you're sick. What did you do wrong, Cheryl, that made you sick? No. But it's just things will still come at you and still happen in your life. But just recognize, if you will step back and look at what appears in your life, you can almost, if you're really honest about it, you can almost follow the trail back to where that cause was created. And now you're experiencing the effect of it. Maybe it was just your thinking was off. So that's why I was trying to get this across to you, that we are always getting what we believe, not what we want. So if your beliefs are off, how can you expect to produce? You're the ones creating it. So if you've got all this bad habitual thinking, you've got limitations, you've got lack, and you believe in it, you have a poverty mindset. I know how to be poor. I don't know how to be rich, but I know how to be poor. But that's a poverty mindset. I want to have a mindset that says, I know how to be completely abundant because I have cleaned out these old beliefs. I've cleaned out this stuff that was holding me back and keeping me in this place. So, Spirit withholds nothing from you. So if your prayers, if you don't feel like they're being answered, how did you put it out there? Were you begging and pleading? As soon as you finished the prayer, did you say, oh, this isn't going to work? I wonder if this is going to happen. Because then you've put doubt into the equation. Can you actually just let a prayer go? Just let a prayer go and not think about it. Just know it's out there. It's being worked on. The moment it came from your mind into your mouth, into words, it's already out there. Now, if you go back and pull it back in, what good is that going to do you? Not anything. Nothing good's going to come from that. You've got to release it and have faith. Ernest Holmes says that the feeling behind a prayer is what makes a difference. What your feeling was when you were doing this prayer. Thomas Troward, New Thought author, he said it was faith. But I kind of feel like if you're putting a prayer out there, you must already have faith that there's something there. So what is the feeling behind it? Are you putting that absolute, I know this is going to unfold feeling in there? Or are you just saying, I hope this works? That's what makes the difference in your prayer. That is what makes a difference in your life. So we talk about a lot here. We talk about gratitude and how gratitude can change your life. It's part of the circulation. If you're grateful, you just keep pushing that out there, putting that out there. And all this stuff starts coming into you because you start attracting things from your gratitude, from your thoughts, from the feelings that you have. So some people think that it's a conditional gratitude. I'll only be grateful when something good happens. But the hard thing is to be grateful when you're in the midst of pain. To think, if you're in the midst of pain, you can't think about peace, can you? But you can still keep your mindset. Yes, I'm in pain, but I'm just walking through it. This is not permanent. Don't buy it. Don't own it. It's just something I'm walking through. It's also very hard in the midst of poverty to think of abundance. When you're so worried about paying the electric bill, you don't really think about abundance. You're just worried about getting enough to do it. And so stop thinking just enough and think more than enough. Overflowing abundance and overflowing just everything coming towards you, like overflowing relationships where you have such great relationships that you just love being with the people that you're around. Just like here, I love being here because of the relationships. There's so many great, great people that attend this chapel that each and every one of them adds to the power that is this chapel, because you're spiritual beings and we're gathered together. We're making a point of light in the universe right now just by being here. Isn't that cool? Okay, so in the midst of unhappiness, it's hard to imagine joy. And of course, we're going to walk through sad times, and we're going to walk through painful things, and we're going to walk through times when our finances aren't as great as we'd like them to be. And we're going to walk through times when we feel like our creativity has just shut down and closed up shop and gone home. But it's not necessarily the case. If you can remember, you're only walking through it. You don't have to live there. I've said this one before, but I love this. Is Tom Costa, he was a New Thought, he was a religious science minister in Palm Desert, started the church there. And so he used to say, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I don't have to stop and build a condo there. So what it's saying is that, yeah, you're walking through this, but you don't have to live there. But I bet you all know somebody that's still living in something that happened 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and they just cannot break that mindset for some reason. And you see their pain and you see what's going on, but for some reason, they have embodied this pain or embodied this hurt or embodied the divorce or whatever happened, and to where they have become completely non-functional. And their everyday conversation is always exactly the same about, you did me wrong, you did this, blah, 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 you know? Always the same story. Well, I'm inviting you, if you're one of those people, rewrite your story. Rewrite it. Make it into something that you can live with. I don't care if you make it up, but still, rewrite it. Look at it from a different perspective and see if you can fix that thing within you that has just left you stuck basically in neutral for so long. So what you have to have, and that's what this is boiling down to, is you have to have unconditional gratitude. No conditions. I'll be grateful when everything's good. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll say my little grateful thing, you know, and then the rest of the day I'll just completely forget about being grateful. But if you can just, you know, I talked a few months back now, I guess, but about driving home one day and pulling into the driveway and don't even remember how I got there. And now I was driving from the church. I had no alcohol or anything was involved. I had just become so habitual in driving home the exact same way to where I pulled in and I was like, holy cow, that was something. I don't even remember driving home. And that's when I realized how easy it is to get into doing things habitually. Some of them are good. Like I always put the scissors back where they belong because I want to find them next time I want them, you know. Those kind of habits are good. But when you're in a habitual thing of a downward spiral, constantly just digging yourself deeper with your, you know, beating yourself up for whatever it is, you know, for I'm not good enough for this, or I feel like I'm just a loser or something because I didn't accomplish this. I'm all kinds of things like that. But none of those are true. So sometimes you have to put, you know, gag and bind that little voice in your head, you know, just like, shut up. Because you cannot let that be your self-talk. You can't let that hold in your head, that negative beating yourself up for some perceived failure that you've created. Because I will tell you, everything that you have walked through has been for a purpose. You have learned something from it, you have not learned something from it, or you just have, you just don't even recognize that it was there for you. Because those things, those challenges, the good and the bad, all of those are what you are experiencing. But what makes the difference, if it's something that's negative and horrible, is how you feel about it. Now, I had a friend that walked through a cancer experience, and she just didn't believe it. I don't have cancer. So she went back the second time, and she didn't. So It's just crazy what your brain can do, what your mind can do, because we are very powerful beings. Remember that. Put that in your head. Make that very, very important in your life, that you don't have to listen to that little voice in your head. You know better. You know who you are. You've examined your beliefs. You have gone through all of that. And now you know this is who I am and this is how I'm showing up in the world. So, it is not a mindset that gets you in trouble. It's the heart set. How your heart is set. If you're carrying around old prejudice, old resentments, old hurt feelings, all of those things, you're just like a big walking wound. You know, you cannot keep that wound going in your body. When you keep that thinking going, you're affecting your health, mental health, your physical health. And, you know, that's why I love religious science, because now they're proving that stress is horrible for your body, that we know this is true. But do we actually incorporate that into our hearts and to know that we have nothing to worry about? We have nothing to fear, because we are spirit in action, always, in every moment of our lives, every breath we take. We are spirit in action. So, this is my affirmation for the day. Life lies open to me, rich, full, and abundant. Namaste. Okay. You're up.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. If you ask me, who am I am wisdom, I am life. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me, what am I am beauty, I am joy. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light and brighten someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
I can't find your button. There it is. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, come on.
Ouch, Cheryl, ouch. Hey, was that a great message or not? Was that a great message? Hallelujah. Every time she come up with that point right there, I'd be shaking my head, I look over and see people, Thank you,
It's
Cheryl.
very encouraging when you see bobbleheads. When you're up here, you know, you think, oh, wow, I touched that one.
Yeah. Well, this is our special time, is it not?
Yes, it is. It's time for our offertory.
Yes, we call that our offertory. We know that you call it my way of just saying thank you. Thank you for the morning. Because when you do what you do at this point, at this time in our service, it makes all the difference in the world of whether we're going to be continuing. We would love to just know that everything is done by and right order, and we just let it ride. So thank you for being here this morning. We have what we call the affirmation, divine offertory affirmation, and it's in your program, and you'll see it there. Let's read it together. Okay, starts out with divine. Divine love moving in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And with this offertory, we are so blessed. We are so grateful for everything that is unfolding for this center, for everybody that is here. We just know that your heart has been touched in some way. And we are grateful for everything that you give, whether it be your time, your treasure, or your talent. And so with this, I just release my word to the law, knowing with perfect faith, perfect trust, and perfect love, that is all unfolding just as it should. So join me now in saying, and so it is. You want to do the other part? You do prayer.
This is the time we affirm for ourselves. We call it the prayer of protection, but it's more powerful than that. So it starts out, let's stand and do it together. It starts out, of course, the light
Light
of God
surrounds us.
The
Love of God enfolds us.
The
Power of God protects us.
and the
Presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And so is well. And so it is.
Oh, it is. Okay, let's just get out in there and grab some hands and
Let's do our peace song.
do some singing.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in